Happy Friday, bitches. Let's finish strong. Let go.
Live from the BiffNet Studios World Headquarters in Spring, Texas, it's Barry on Deck, hosted by former ESPN Houston radio host and stand-up comedian Barry Laminack, starring Oliver the Cat, written by Barry Laminack, produced by Barry Laminack, directed by, you guessed it, Barry Laminack, featuring sports, entertainment, special guests, film sessions, and some drinking. Okay, a lot of drinking. Viewer discretion is advised. And now, here's your host, Barry Laminack.
What's up, you damn dirty deckheads? Welcome to Barry on Deck. I am your host, Barry Laminack. Thank you guys for being here. Today is Friday, April 23rd, 2021, and this is episode number 238. I knew that, of Barry on Deck. Hey, man, it is a Friday. We had a good time. A lot of backlash from yesterday's show, by the way. A lot of folks messaged me after the fact and called me an asshole for the whole I cheated on Nora thing. That was just kind of, I'm not going to say that was planned. It was kind of a whim, but, you know, I told Nora, I was like, I'm going to do that on the show because that was kind of funny. I didn't realize it was going to piss so many people off. So, forgive me because she did. I didn't really cheat on her. So, like, I don't know. It's a whole thing. If you missed it, go back and watch yesterday's episode of the show. But good times had by all week, man. I've had a lot of fun with you guys. I know we missed today, but we're still a fun week. So we're going to finish up strong. 3-hour show today. If you are a member of the Patreon. If you're not, it's a 2-hour show for you. But go get on that Patreon. We'll cover that in a second. But let's start off with the chat, shall we? Because we always start the show with the most important people on this show, and that is you guys in the chat. We have, that's yesterday's. Where the fuck is my screenshot from today? No, we can't have yesterday's. God damn it. Where did my, fuck. All right, no, we're doing this right. Marvin Wingfield is the greatest deckhead in the history of the world. Here, I'll prove it. Let me grab this screenshot. Bam! That's easy enough. Sorry, Marvin, I fucking ruined your whole day. Here is Marvin Wingfield, the greatest deckhead in the history of deckheads, at least for the next 3 hours, really, if you're in the third hour group. Marvin was first. He, however, did not get the Triple Crown first message and first super chat because Keith Sager Congo blocked him, and Keith Sager is a fancy Friday kind of guy. He loves the lawn talk. So Marvin, thank you, buddy, for being the first to get here. I'm sorry that Keith Sager is a doo-doo face and Congo blocked you for getting your Triple Crown. So Jeff Bell, no need to write anything in the book today. Everybody else in the chat want to say what's up. Keith Sager, got you. Steven, the weather guy, you were third, homie. Donna, my sweet Donna. I love you so much, Donna. Thank you for being here every single day. Who else is here? Cece, I love you too, boo-boo. John Dory. Okay, can we pause real fast? We're not on a time crunch here. It is a 3-hour show, so we don't have to hurry to get to everything. Last night, I streamed on Twitch, as I do every Tuesday and Thursday. Twitch.tv/Barry is funny from 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock. For now, that's going to be changing. We'll talk about that in a second. Or we've already talked about it. We don't need to talk about it again. So last night, we did a Just Chatting. I didn't really play video. Sometimes I play video games. Sometimes I chat. Well, last night on the Just Chatting ended up being a 2-hour roast of people in the chat. And it was a lot of deckheads. It was pretty much all deckheads. They would send me a picture on Twitter and then I would roast them and the chat would roast them. And I was like, listen, I'm going to be brutal. That's what a roast is. I'm not going to go nice on you and be like, oh, you have a stupid jawline. And I'm like, no, if you're fucking fat and ugly, I'm calling you fat and ugly. That's just how it's going to go. That's a roast. That's the rules of a roast. Don't get in the roast if you don't want to have your feelings hurt, because it is meant to hurt your fucking feelings. It's just and people, I don't understand this. I'll never understand this, but people love to be roasted. Fidel Lamone would let me roast him every day for 2 hours if he could. He would just be, I don't know if it's like you guys like the attention, or if you're like, if it's some BDSM shit where you love to be humiliated. I don't know what it is. But you guys, some of y'all love to get roasted, and I don't understand it, but fuck it. I'm here for, I'll make fun of you. I don't give a fuck. I'm kind of good at it. Shit. But yesterday, John Dory was one of those people that participated in the roast. And I roasted him and his wife, and he sent a picture of him in some weird-ass leprechaun cholo outfit, and his wife was with him. And then he sent a fast-forward picture where he was all buff, and his wife was pregnant, and life was good. Blah. But then he sent me a picture of their baby, and oh my God, this baby is the cutest. Look at baby Dory right here. Holy shit, is that not the cutest kid you've ever seen in your whole life? What a sweetheart, right? So I gotta say, probably adopted, because I've saw John's picture. He's pretty ugly. There's just no doubt that baby is definitely adopted. But what a cutie, what a sweetheart. John Dory, congratulations on having cute-ass kids, homie. You guys nailed it on that one. So there you go. I just had to put that up there for all the mean things I said about him, but he sure does make some pretty babies. All right, back to the chat. Steven the Weather Guy, current conditions of BiffNet World Headquarters, 75 degrees, dew point 70 degrees, light rain, 30% chance Barry loses power before 5 p.m. Is that true? How bad is it out there? I mean, it's drizzling. I know it's supposed to get bad, but yeah, if we happen to go off the air for whatever reason, we lost power. Just FYI. Or I just got sick of y'all's shit and turned it off. Donna said better than being a fake-ass makeup-wearing pooper. Okay. Donna's not going to let that go. What's up, Jeff Bell? Donna's not going to ever let me live that down. What up, House? House is in the building. SVG is here. PK is in the building. Shelby, how are you, sweetie? D. Mata, Richard Vales, Alan Denson, I see you, buddy. Uriel Villanueva, Justin Swinford with the fancy Friday moniker that he came up with. Aaron Little, what's up, homie? Gregory Vega Jr., Dandy Dan's in the building. Brandon Martinez. Poor Brandon Martinez always gets so much gruff for the Discord. And I just want you to know, Brandon, you do a great job. I'll say it publicly. Fuck these people if they get mad at you. You're doing what I ask, and I appreciate you for keeping the board in check. And if they get mad at you, fuck them. Do you, boo-boo. Okay? Don't worry about them. G-Man, what's up, homie? Rudolph. Sanitize, wash hands, social distance, back the fuck up. I love it. There's Fidel. There's old fucking thirsty-ass Fidel Lamone. Virginia Buttonweed, what's up, homie? Eric Resendez, Alex Villanueva, Terrence. Bro, I love that Terrence is a regular now. That makes me so happy. It's good to see you here. Incarnate, I got your bitch. It's coming, baby. It's coming. Hey, Joe Pro is live with us. I'm happy about that as well. Aaron J. Bryant is here. Who else? Shelby, I see you. Jesus. Jesus Perez sent us $10 super chat. Thank you, my friend. That's very generous of you. He said, sup, Barry and the Deckheads? Sorry, I can't stay today. I am visiting my mom in Brownsville, Texas, who is sick. Damn it. We'll catch the show on my drive back to Houston. Enjoy. Homie, I hope your mother gets better. All of our thoughts and prayers are with her. Positive vibes to her if you don't pray. But we're all rooting for you. Hey, Susan, if you need anything, you know, man, reach out to the Deckhead community. We're all here for you. Who else? Jen, I see you, sweetie. Tony. Ugh, yeah, I love you, Tony. Who else here? Walt, what's up, peoples? Okay, let's do this. I missed this is why you got to get in early. Look at this shit. Discord mods greater than YouTube mods. All the mods are great mods, all right? Everyone settle the fuck down. House of Jeremy Vinegar, why would you want to forget that pic I sent? Oh, god damn. That was the worst. If you missed the Twitch, you need to go to twitch.tv/Barry is funny and watch the replay. It's definitely worth it. Okay, let's get to the show. First thing we always do on a Friday. Well, second thing we do after we shout out the chat, we drink. And we do it ASMR style. Let's go, baby. Yeah. Gotta bring up the ice a little bit. Oh, yeah. Oh my God, that's so hot. I just realized that was a big ass pour. Listen, I swore I wasn't going to get drunk on Fridays anymore. And goddamn it, I mean to keep that promise. Okay? I'm going to fix my mic here. It's all jacked up. Every time I do that, I fuck my mic up, by the way. I need to stop doing that or get a better goddamn mic stand. I'm not getting drunk today. I just want to point that out. I refuse to do that. Joe Pro's already shit-faced. I like it. Well, listen, I agree, Matthew, but I have to be a professional, okay? I have to take this show serious. Really, Donna, I'm not getting drunk today. I promise. What's up, White Magic? I promise I'm not getting drunk today. Well, let's see. All right, let's get to the rest of the show. Let's get started. First things first, let's do some sports, and then we'll circle back to the Patreon updates and everything else. I want to make sure if you are here for sports that I give you some sports. So let's crack that open first. Here are your sports headlines. The Rockets have officially been eliminated from the playoffs, ending their 8-year streak of making it to the playoffs. So good for them. I guess they're going to get a high draft pick and maybe get the rebuild going. Bad for them that they aren't making the playoffs. But really, what would they have done? This team eked into the playoffs or the playoff round. So Rockets officially eliminated. Pretty good bet they're going to get a top 4 pick, so that's good for this team going forward. You're going to have to replace James Harden with a stud, and hopefully you can do that through the draft. Or hopefully you can draft a good enough player where other star players would want to be here. This organization has a lot of issues internally that they're going to have to figure out as well if they're going to attract a star talent. But getting a star player that wants to be here is the first step. So maybe they'll make that happen through the draft. Browns have locked in Baker Mayfield for the 2022 season at $18.8 million. Sheesh, that's a lot of money for a guy that really hadn't done much. I know he ended their playoff drought, but so did the rest of that team. Olympic champ Simone Biles is leaving Nike to join Athleta. Look, I know that the Olympics don't get a lot of run. I know that, gymnastics, no one gives a, but this is a big ass deal. Like, Simone Biles is greatest athlete in the world, I think people would say. And for her to jump ship from Nike to a company like Athleta says a lot. And that's an interesting thing. So I think Athleta is saying, hey, let's spend some money and let's get somebody that can give us some clout, especially with the Olympics coming up again. So hopefully it doesn't get canceled. If the Olympics do get canceled, that's going to be an issue because you've got these big endorsement deals like Athleta. And is that the Gap, Katie? Okay. Yeah, you've got, yes, Simone Biles, my neighbor who lives in my neighborhood. I mean, I don't want to say what you want, haters. Get it off my shoulders. That's just dandruff. Yeah, it's a big deal. Unless the Olympics do get canceled, and think about that. I don't know if that's baked into the contract or the deal that they have with Simone Biles, but could you imagine you invest all this money into Simone Biles, you're able to pull her from Nike, and then the Olympics get canceled and you don't get that run that you're hoping to get, the pub that you're hoping to get. That would suck. So hopefully for their sake, the Olympics do not get canceled. Finishing up the sports headlines, the Panthers are very open to moving back from the number 8 pick in the draft. We'll see how that goes. A lot of people are open right now. I'm going to point this out. We're going to talk about Kellen Mond in a minute and, get to some other draft talk. I just want everybody to keep in mind something because we talked about Justin Fields yesterday and some of the stuff that's been reported about him and people knocking him. And, look, there is a lot of posturing that goes on behind the scenes. These movers up and down the board, most of that has nothing to do with scouts and scouting. And this has to do with manipulation of the draft from a agent's perspective, from a team perspective. Like if there's a team that wants to be able to draft a quarterback at number 3, and they know that the teams ahead of them at 1 and 2 are also thinking about that quarterback, they're going to go out and spread rumors about that quarterback that might make other teams question whether they should or should not draft this player. And if they can get a big enough hubbub about it, it just might actually work. So the same is true on the flip side. When we talk about Kellen Mond, people are saying Kellen Mond could sneak into the first round. I mean, we can go ahead and do that right now. People are saying that Kellen Mond might actually sneak up into the first round of the draft. Now, I watched Kellen Mond play. Kellen Mond doesn't blow the doors off of anybody, in my opinion. But according to Tom Pelissero, Kellen Mond is one of 3 QBs likely to come off the board on day 2 of the NFL draft, but multiple people raising the long shot possibility he even could sneak into round 1. Now, notice something there. Notice that it said multiple people. Like, look, this could be his agent, his publicist, his manager, his dad. We don't know who these people are. Maybe Tom Pelissero does. But at the end of the day, I just want you to keep in mind that during the college football season, you watch guys like Kellen Mond and Justin Field and Trevor Lawrence, and you watch these guys play and you evaluate them on that. And yeah, they do a combine, and yeah, they have a pro day, but none of that compares to what they do on the field. So all of a sudden, you're telling me Kellen Mond goes from an afterthought as a quarterback in college to a day 1 draftee potentially because he had a good pro day, because he had a good combine? No, fam, that's not how it works. This has a lot, not everything. This has a lot to do with hype and politicking and posturing as they move up and down, okay? So I just want everybody to keep that in mind because I watched Kellen Mond the entire time he was a Texas Aggie. He improved. He got way better under Jimbo Fisher, and I know they're out there saying, well, hey, he impressed at senior day. They run a pro-style offense there, and he had already run a pro-style offense under Jimbo Fisher. Cool, that's great. That's great. He ran a pro-style offense against non-pro-style players. So, keep that in mind. Man, Bacardi and Diet Coke is just the most amazing thing in the world. It's so delicious. But keep that in mind. So that was a report out that Kellen Mond, probably a second round pick or day 2 pick, but they're suggesting that he has a long shot. They're just raising his stock. That's all they're doing. They're just raising his stock. Speaking of the draft, I didn't get to this yesterday and I wanted to, but Philadelphia Eagles head coach Nick Sirianni, during his interviews with draftees, Nick, what's up, Quinn? Thanks for being here. Nick Sirianni had a weird way to interview players. What he basically did is he played rock, paper, scissors with them. And the reason he did this is he said he's competitive, and what he wanted to do was talk trash to these players while he played rock, paper, scissors, because he wanted to see how they responded. Were they competitive? Would they talk trash back? This, that, and the other. It's the most moronic way of judging a person's competitiveness I think I've ever heard. And people are like, he's stupid. And some people are like, he's a genius. It's what the fuck is that going to do? I'm going to tell you exactly. Now, I'm competitive. I want to win. I'm going to tell you exactly what could happen in this scenario. Several times. What's up, Ray? What's up, Black Sheep? What's up, Matthew Carruthers? There are people that if you did that to in an interview process, there are people who would not compete with you because you are the interviewer. You hold the job that they want, so they're not going to be aggressive towards you. So my personality would be if I'm interviewing with the head coach of the Philadelphia Eagles, and he's like, all right, rock, paper, scissors, let's go. I would be lighthearted. I would have some fun with it, but I wouldn't be like, fuck you. You're going down, motherfucker. Let's go, motherfucker. Yeah, I'll cut your fucking dick off with these scissors. Like, what? What? I'll throw this fucking rock in your face, coach. Like, that's what he wants. I'm like, yeah, right there. You're fucking drafted. I'd just be like, oh, okay, cool. Oh, you won. Hey, congratulations. That's great, man. Any actual football questions you have for me? Anything you want to know? Like, people are going to react differently to that kind of scenario. I think it's an asinine way to try to judge if somebody's truly competitive. They may just let you win because you're the coach, and they just don't want to upset the apple cart. It's a fucking moronic idea. The quote that he gave was, I think some of you guys are wondering why didn't go earth shattering on the game. Sirianni said, I played a couple of them in rock, paper, scissors, right? It was as easy as that. Rock, paper, scissors. Let's see how competitive you are. I'm competitive. I'm going to be talking trash to them. Did you talk trash back to me? Jeopardy. There's different ways to do it. It looks like a different ways, but our coaches got so creative with this. This dude is a meathead. Seriously, this dude is a meathead. That sentence, first of all, did the fucking Geico caveman write that for you? And that sentence, was he speaking when he talked that way? Holy fuck. That's just, if you're an Eagles fan, I really feel sorry for you. I do. I feel sorry for you. That's your head coach. Aaron Little said talking trash is frowned upon in my book. Cherry vinegar. This sounds like something the Texans do when they make any decision. That's probably true. They got their draft board, and it's not ranked by value. It's not ranked by need. It's just ranked by who got to win in rock, paper, scissors, and pick next, like fantasy. They're like, all right, Cal, Nick, who's the fucking idiot that everybody hates? Why am I drawing a blank? Oh, Easterby. And they're all like, all right, you ready? God damn it, Easterby won. Who do you want, Easterby? Let's go punter. With our first, dude, we don't even get to pick till the third round. Yeah, but we're going to suck, so we need to punt good, right, guys? Come on, Jesus, I saw it in a dream. Okay. I feel like that's just behind the scenes what would happen in Texans camp. Pretty sad. Pretty sad. Chat is litty today, by the way. I'm trying to leave you guys alone and do this show, but chat looks litty today. It looks like it's getting on fire over there. And I'm here for it. So yeah, Eagles, that's your head coach. Nick Sirianni out here fucking rock, paper, scissoring. He's out here scissoring. He's like, I wonder if he did that. I wonder if that would freak people out. If you're like, rock, paper, scissors. And then they do the scissors and then you do the scissors and then you just go, bro, what's up? Huh? We doing this? Are we joining forces? Coach is like, what the fuck, man? There is, speaking of rule changes, we talked yesterday about rule changes in the NFL, and we're going to get to Tom Brady being upset about it. I don't know why I said speaking of rule changes, because I didn't mention rule changes. I'm sorry. Sometimes your transitions don't work out well. There is a rule change in the NCAA overtime scheme that we talked about. So it has to do specifically with just how overtime is handled from a play perspective, right? So they announced the change to the college football overtime rules, and basically what they said is that, hold on, I'm pulling up the thing here. So the teams will be required to run a 2-point conversion play after a touchdown when a game reaches a second overtime. Before that was the third overtime. Also, if the game reaches a third overtime, teams will run alternate 2-point plays instead of starting at the 25. That used to occur after the fifth overtime. Also, the rule change is being made to limit the number of plays. Teams can still choose whether to kick the point after touchdown or run a 2-point conversion during the first overtime period. So, these are the rule changes in the NCAA that they have on the way. Let's see here. Where did it go? Oh, and then Tom Brady. So yesterday we talked about the rule changes in the NFL and specifically in the NFL. And we talked about the jersey numbers, and I didn't think that was a big fucking deal, right? Like, I'm like, okay, jersey numbers, who gives a shit? Well, apparently Tom Brady is super pissed off that the jersey number changes are occurring. He's like, well, good luck blocking anybody. What, Tom? Is that a thing? Are we worried about that? So basically, Brady goes out on social media and he says, good luck trying to block the right people now. It's going to make for a lot of bad football. Why not let the linemen wear whatever number they want to? Why have numbers at all? Just have colored jerseys. Why not wear the same number? This is dumb. KD, no, that's not how it works, KD. He said, well, if the GOAT says it's a problem, it's a problem. No, this is Tom Brady crying because he's going to get sacked more. They made this point on CBS Sports that basically they're like, so now a linebacker could wear number 24. That was the example they gave. So normally you call out 24 in a corner blitz or a coverage or whatever. 24 was a defensive back. It could have been a safety. It could have been a corner, whatever. But now it could be a linebacker. And now all of a sudden, apparently, all these geniuses in the NFL, all these smart people aren't going to be able to figure out where the number 24 is coming from because now it could be in the middle instead of on the edges. Holy fuck shit. Add something to your scheme. 24 Mike, or no, you can't say Mike because that's the Mike linebacker, but you could be like 24 Mary. Okay, so 24 is blitzing from the middle, right? This is fucking stupid. They're going to come up with a way to call out where the number is on the field and where the blitz, the coverage, or whatever is going to be coming from. This is much ado about nothing, I assure you. Is there going to be a lot of sacks at first? Probably. But who gives a fuck? The only reason Tom Brady is upset about this is because he's going to get hit more. And we all know he hates getting hit. I don't know. I think it's kind of silly. They had a thing here. Let me see if I can grab this. This is the number changes. I grabbed all of them here. So this is what it looks like. So basically, QBs used to be 1 through 19. They're still going to be 1 through 19. Running backs used to be 20 through 49. Now a running back could be 1 through 49 or 80 through 89, which is going to be weird looking at number 88 in the backfield running the football, or number 6. Going to be strange there. Wide receivers used to be 10 through 19 and 80 through 89. Now they're 1 through 49 and 80 through 89. Tight ends used to be 40 through 49, 80 through 89. Now they're 1 through 49, 80 through 89. So basically, all of the skill positions are now 1 through 49 except QB, which is 1 through 19. Or they're 80 through 89. So Tom Brady's bitching about this from a blocking perspective, but now the defense has to know the same thing. Number 6 could be a running back, could be a quarterback, could be a tight end, could be a wide receiver. Could be any of that shit. And this also allows you to line up at any of those positions. Offensive line stayed the same, 50 through 79. Defensive line stayed the same, 50 through 79, 90 through 99. Linebackers have changed. Linebackers used to be 40 through 59 and 90 through 99. Now they're 1 through 59 and 90 through 99. Defensive backs are 1 through 49. They used to be 20 through 49. And kicker punter still the same. Sad. They should just put fucking sad faces on the kickers. They shouldn't even give him a number. It should just be like a question mark. Like, why are they playing? Why are we paying these guys? Sad face. So there's your, no, I'm not putting no respect on Brady's bitching. That's exactly right, Incarnate. The O-line will absolutely still have to declare because they don't fall within the given numbers. Holding number, like if the punter commits a penalty, holding on the emoji guy, first down. Matt Poche said he sounds like get off my lawn guy. Who? Me or Tom Brady? Definitely Tom Brady. Don't say I sound like get off your lawn guy or my lawn guy. I don't give a fuck. I mean, I don't give a shit about these numbers. What's the big deal? Kiss my ass, Katie. How do I sound like get off my lawn guy when I'm the one going, it's not a big fucking deal. Everybody will adjust to it. It'll be fine. That's a rational stance to take. That's not like, God damn it, now they're doing the numbers and I can't stand it no more. And I didn't do none of that. I said it's not a big fucking deal. You guys are the ones bitching in the chat. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. This is stupid. Look, there's CC. Oh, look, there's a get off my lawn gal. I saw a house earlier. I don't like it. I think it's a bad idea. Get off my lawn. I love you guys are so like, you guys will tell me when I'm like, man, you're being stubborn and hard-headed. We all have our moments. Like when House criticizes shit and says it's stupid, but when I do it, oh, you went in with a negative opinion of it. No, you didn't. You gave a stupid reason. I didn't even read it. Damn, CC told Amos to eat a dick. The chat is litty today. I got to get out of there. I won't focus on the show, and that's not what we're going to do. Hey, speaking of the show, I want to take a second to thank those of you that are members of the Patreon. I also want to thank those of you that send in $5 Fridays. The list is heavy today. Thank you to Truck Driver Pookie. Thank you to Donna. Thank you to PK. Thank you to CC. Thank you to Sylvia. Thank you to all of you for sending in $5 Fridays. Thank you to David. Thank you to Jen. You guys are the best. I'm finally getting text messages again. I wasn't getting texts, and it was really, really weird. It was freaking me out. My buddy Jesse Payton was trying to book me for some comedy stuff. He's like, bro, are you not working anymore? Is your calendar full and you don't need money? I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? He's like, I've been texting you for a day and a half. I was like, really? Because I didn't get shit. So apparently I wasn't getting anybody text messages, so I rebooted my phone, and I think it's working now because I did get David T. and Jennifer and Sylvia's messages from Venmo. So thank you all for that. Thank you all for the $5 Fridays. I very much appreciate you guys. KD said, take a shot, Barry. No, you're not getting me drunk just because you ended up looking like, oh man, get off my lawn guy. Not yet. I'll take a shot for you, KD, but it's got to be at the end of the hour. We're going to do that. At the end of each hour, that just buys me more time. Because I don't want to get so shit-faced. Guys, you don't understand. The last couple of shows, I've woken up on Saturday and been like, what do we do at the end? I don't even remember. I'm not going to get that drunk this time. I don't want to. I want to enjoy the show. If Jerome Solomon joins us, I want to enjoy Jerome Solomon. So no, I'm not getting drunk. By the way, when Cece sent in her $5, I got to read you the $5 Friday messages that I get, because some of them are fucking hilarious. Some of them are absolutely hilarious. And I wanted to read Cece's. It made me laugh so much. Not that surprises you guys. So Sylvia said, happy Fancy Friday. Thank you, Sylvia. Thank you, sweetie. Jen said Friday. David T just sent money emojis on Friday. Thank you, buddy. Donna said Friday shenanigans. Katie said Friday. Thank you, sweetie. Crystal Collins. Cece said, me and my fake everything. Wish you a happy $5 Friday. I know the Deckheads are never going to let that go now. Oh my God. If you missed yesterday's show, I said that women are fake. Every woman has something fake about them. And I said, and then the Deckheads just attacked me, and I wanted to, I don't have a white flag, but I'll wave the Barry on Deck beanie, and I surrender. Okay, every woman in the world is fake except the Deckheads. You guys are not fake. Stop attacking me. I can't handle this. Katie said, ugh, the old Barry would have taken a shot no matter what. If you don't take it now, take it in the third hour. Get off my long talk. Yeah, so this is good. Damn, Barry, did you just like being destroyed by women? Oh, shut up. No, I don't like being destroyed by women. The Deckheads are wonderful people. There's like one of them that's a weirdo, but all the others are amazing. I'm not going to say which one. I'll let y'all figure it out. But all the Deckheads are amazing and wonderful people. So I don't want to go down that path. But the path I do want to go down right now, you must have got my message, and I appreciate that, because my text messages sure were not happening. Joining me on the show like he does every single Friday from the Houston Chronicle.
Absolutely.
Almost.
At 2:30. Generally speaking.
Trying to get you, joining me occasionally whenever he fucking feels like it. What's up, homie?
You don't know what I had to get through today. I just waited in line at a barbecue joint for a minute, But I said, shit. I got to get out here for Barry. Y'all need to hurry up in there.
Which joint?
Triple J's.
I've never had it. Is it good?
Oh yeah.
Is it?
This is where the brothers go. You wouldn't know nothing about that.
Have you ever had, what's the one in Huntsville at that Baptist church? Is it Mount Zion barbecue? Is that what it is? Mount Zion, right? Ooh, my.
Oh, that hits. Yeah, they do some damage with some ribs up in there.
Boy, there's a saying my mom used to say, that shit is so good, make you slap your mama. Yo, those ribs up there. Oh.
That's nice. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Not bad at all.
Well,
what's up, brother, man?
I'm good, man. How are you? You're busy, right?
I'm way too busy, bro. Way too busy. I'm
not going to keep you
all day. I'm so tired right now, man.
Why? You ain't getting no sleep?
I ain't getting no sleep. Got too much going on.
I know. We've been playing phone tag, but listen, man. You guys need to go keep up with Jerome right now, because big things are popping with this man. You're about to be like, man, I wish I would have been hip to Jerome a lot sooner. If you're not following a dude, go follow him at Jerome Solomon on Twitter. I'm excited for all the shit you have coming up. Is it hard to do that and keep that side of the career going and then come up with shit to write for and then write it for the Chronicle at the same time? That's got to be a difficult juggling act.
Obviously, the writing is the important stuff in terms of that's what I do. That's why, my name is there. And I love writing. So I spend a lot of time writing. And that's the thing. It's just when I write, I have to shut everything else down and just totally lock in for 6-8 hours. Just depends on what I'm writing, but I love to do that. I love that interplay. I've cut back on the interaction, like I got from my column the other day, I've gotten like 300 or 400 emails and I don't have the time to reply.
Do you normally try to reply to everybody?
Old people be emailing, boy. They reading the paper and they emailing. I'm happy.
I'm glad.
I ain't mad at them.
They literally sit there with their coffee that they make.
If I gave
Mr.
Coffee
a fax
number, my fax machine would be going crazy. So no,
I'm surprised if they probably send letters to the Chronicle and shit. I'm sending him, Martha, bring me my quill. I'm sending this young man a sternly worded letter.
Oh man,
that's
how they communicate. I'm not mad at them.
300 to 400.
They're reading, and that's a good thing.
That's what. So, do you try to reply to everybody that emails you, good or bad?
I used to reply to every last one of them, and now I don't have the time because I don't want to just reply thanks if somebody wrote 5 paragraphs or, and some people write a full-on dissertation and it's like I try to match the reply to what they sent,
Right. Read it, give a thoughtful reply because they put some thought into theirs.
The last year or two, well, since Black Lives Matter, really, the last couple of years, I just don't have the time.
Really?
Every now and then one of them irked me enough that I gotta.
Anytime you get an email from Jerome that starts off, listen, you should just close that reply because you're about to get lit up.
You're gonna hear. But see, and that's probably not right. Like I should reply to the people who compliment me as opposed to the assholes who, got a problem with me. I'm probably doing it wrong.
So would you say there are more assholes than compliments, or is it about even?
No, amazingly, it's about even. It used to not be, but now it really and truly is about even. I mean, and that says a lot for where we've come in a lot of ways. I mean, when it's on controversial subjects, you write about the George Floyd, the verdict in that trial of his murder, and you get a lot of people saying, thank you. I love what you wrote. I agree with you 100%. And you get a lot of them who say,
I'll never read you again.
You're
never
racist.
Reading the Chronicle. Yeah. You hate white people. You're a racist. Yeah. Do you notice this?
Because I'm used to all that.
You have dealt with it for much, much longer than guys like myself. And I noticed this, Jerome, and I'm curious, do others like yourself do this? Because if I'm outspoken about something, and usually with me, you know me well enough, usually with me, it's about race. That's just what I have always been passionate about is racial unity, racial equality, racial justice. And so I'll speak out about it.
Ever since you saw that first black girl with a big butt, I know it's been important to you.
I was like, listen,
I'm sorry, did I interrupt something important you got to say? You're getting all meaningful and all into your heart and your feelings, and I just
what motivates you? Ass. What? Yeah, I don't give really fuck equality. I want equal opportunities to ass. Like, no, I'm married, man. Like, no, but I find it interesting that when I go online and maybe bitch about something, I'll lose followers, supporters, fans, or whatever. Does that happen with you? Do you lose readership? Do you lose? Does your Twitter numbers go down? Do you even notice that stuff?
I don't notice the Twitter number. I have no idea about that. But no, readers, no, because I get the emails from the same people, and I mean I have emails that go back 10 years that I've gotten from the same people, and
they'll never email read you again.
And they write the same words. They don't go never read me again. They go, I never read your stuff. But every time I write about something like that, you send me an email saying I never read your stuff. That's why I don't read your stuff. And I always reply, thank you for reading. Yeah, I appreciate that.
Thanks for not reading my stuff every week and then
responding. I can't wait to hear from you again the next time I go there.
I look forward to you not reading my stuff and telling me as you read my stuff next week. Oh, that's hilarious.
Exactly.
How do you come up with shit to write about, Jerome? What is it? Are you given stuff? Like I don't know how this works. Does your editor come to you and say, I kind of, if you have this angle, or would you go up on this topic, or do they give you carte blanche? You can write about whatever you want in your column.
I can write I can say whatever I want and write about whatever I want. It's totally up to me. I mean, there occasion I'll go, man, I have no ideas, and I'll ask somebody, man, you got any ideas? But no, they don't hand me anything. I mean, they'll give you an assignment like, hey, you got to write about the Texans at the Texans game today, game assignments, but the topic and subject matter is totally up to me otherwise.
That's dope. So you get to pick. So how do you come up with ideas? Is it whatever you're passionate about that week? Is it like what's going to get the most reads? Because let's be real, dude, especially with Cron.com, I feel, has the paper moved from focusing on physical distribution to online distribution? Is that obviously we all know that's where it's headed.
We're still making so much money from the paper being delivered. That's where the most money is being made. Yeah, because the paper is landing, 200,000 people's homes every day, and so advertisers still want to get that direct access to people who open and read the paper. I mean,
so Cron.com doesn't get more than 200 reads a day? My stuff doesn't even
go on Cron.com. So we have two completely separate websites that operate totally independent of each other now as well.
Texas Sports Nation.
And obviously the online is growing faster and the newspaper is going down, but the newspaper is still where the money is made.
I would have never guessed if you'd asked me, just being a lame and, just making assumptions on, it's like radio, right? It's like every show has to have a podcast and that's where everything's moving. But dude, radio,
people are still listening to the radio.
People still drive to work. People still have a radio in their car. It's amazing. And if you do it right, now some stations don't do it right, but if you do it right, you can make a lot of money. You can get a lot of advertisers. Huh?
And it's the same with television. Yeah. Everybody's like, oh, I don't watch TV. Yeah, you do.
Yeah, you do.
So many people only watch stuff on their phone and streaming and on, but there are a whole bunch of TVs being sold all over the place, and a whole bunch of people watching television. And the streaming numbers are going up fast and the television numbers are going down, but the television numbers are still huge.
Huge. Yeah. And there's I think eventually all of that's going to be obviously online, but these companies, if they're smart, they adapt, just like the Chronicle started Cron.com, and radio started podcasting, and TV is now, you can stream CBS, the station, right, and all the things that they own, and Disney, and so it's just going to be a different way of consuming
and they're
the
like,
same stuff.
They want to put out the stuff, and they want to put it to you any way they can get it to you. And
Absolutely.
That's the thing. And that's why the Chronicle is in the TV business. We're putting our guys out there on television because it's another way to bring in money to the company.
Yeah, no, but that surprises me that it's still going that strong. So that's dope. So you get to choose whatever you want to write about. How do you personally decide? Is it just what you're passionate about, what you think might get the most views or clicks or reads, or I
don't go for the clicks and views necessarily. I mean, well, never actually. I mean, there are times I know what I'm writing is gonna be hot, and I'm like, okay, that one's gonna get some people going. But no, I just depends on what's going on, who I've talked to, kind of what's happening. Just like you do when you decide what's the first thing you're gonna. Well, I know you're not organized, but when you decide what's one topic you're definitely gonna talk about on your show, you decided wherever you find it from. Sometimes it just pops in your head. Sometimes you spot it somewhere, and sometimes you just watch the game and go, well, I'm going to write about that one these days soon. And you keep, you file those away. So just depends.
Now, how long? So do you have a word limit? I'm sorry, I'm asking. I'm just fascinated by this. You and I have never really had this in-depth conversation. And I know people watching this are probably interested in, how does a major market, nationally recognized columnist do this? Because we don't know. It's like radio. People always want to know the inside baseball on radio too. So do you have a word limit? Do you have to turn in 1,000 words, 500 words? Do you have a set?
We shoot for 800, but often I write long, so I'm usually in the 1,000 range. It just depends.
You're very wordy.
800 is motherfucker. See, and long words too.
Big
like
words.
That.
Shit, I gotta look up. Every time we talk, I spend an hour Googling all the shit you said. What the fuck was that word you used?
And I do spend a lot of time in the dictionary, and because I'd like to use precise language and say exactly what I want to say in the way that I want to say it. And I love putting in things that make people think the big picture of what I'm writing about, but are also entertained by it, or they'll have to look something up because they're like, we don't know what the hell this guy is referencing here. And so, I would like to send them on journeys. And quite often I get emails from people on that kind of thing saying, I didn't know what that was, but that was hilarious, So people look for that kind of stuff from me because that's my style anyway,
You had mentioned that to me before, where you are meticulous. Literally every word in an article that you write has a purpose. And it's kind of like comedy. And this is why I said you've always been a good joker and you had a good eye for comedy, because in comedy, it's all about the economy of words. The faster you can make somebody laugh, the more often you're going to make them laugh, the better you're going to be as a comic. And I think the same thing is true in writing, is it not? The more every word has an impact, the more profound the piece is going to feel.
Yeah. And every words have different meanings, and there are many words we use to mean a certain way, and everybody understands that that's what it means. But if you look it up, you'll find out that word doesn't mean the way we all use it. Everybody accepts that, but that's not the actual word. So I'm in the dictionary looking up words that I know the meaning to, and quite often I find that the meaning I thought isn't the most precise of what I'm trying to find. So I'm looking for the word that means precisely what I want it to mean. And in comedy, some words are funny, some are not. Yeah. So you can get to your punchline and go boom, but if it's not the right word, it's not as funny. And you use the right word, it can be hilarious. The exact same sentence can change on a word.
Even just sounds, a p and a k in comedy, a hard sound, a hard consonant has a better, it feels funnier and has a harder punch on a punchline than a soft sound.
Resonates.
Yeah, it's weird.
And I don't know the origin of this, but this is one of the things that when I write, I look up stuff like origin of things and where did it come from and why did they say it that way and why we use it that way, etc. Is that why they call it punchline? Because it's supposed to hit? Or no?
Yeah, I read that somewhere once. I want to say the reference was about boxing. But I remember reading something about that and I totally forgot. I have the worst memory on the planet, but I do remember. But it had something to do with you hit them with the jaw or something like that. So yeah, but and I should be better. I'm not a student like that. I mean, I learned comedy, but I also have a terrible memory. So when you have 800 words that you write, you get to choose. But
have you studied a lot of older comedians and stuff? Yes. Are you that kind of comedian where you've really studied them? And
so I was blessed to have several really good mentors. Some some you don't. But Ed Blake was a mentor of mine who passed away. Andy Huggins is a mentor of mine and also a friend. John Wessling is a mentor of mine and also a friend. And Billy D. Washington is a mentor of mine and also a friend. So they taught me a lot about the business. But once I started to learn about jokes and how to write a joke and all that, then I started to take that information and go back and study other comedians, like, oh, okay, so this is why they did this and this is how they got here. And then that enhances it. But I try not to do too much of that anymore. I try not to watch too much comedy, because in comedy
you don't want to steal somebody's jokes.
Uniqueness is so important. Accidentally. It's like radio, right? I don't listen to radio or watch other guys do what I do because I don't want their take to permeate into my take, and then I end up blending the two. I want my shit to be original. You may not like it, you may not agree with it, but you always know what I'm about to say out of my mouth is original. And I didn't steal it. I thought of it. It may match what somebody else thought, but I want everybody to know, no matter what, I may have the same take as you on a topic, but mine is going to be uniquely my words.
Yeah, and that's my writing. You can hear my voice when you're reading my writing, because if I've written anything worth anything, and that's value. And I mean, the references I make are references that I know that come from me. If I'm throwing a Sanford and Son mix in there or something, it's gonna be well, Jerome's the only one who wrote that and managed to make that into a Rockets column. I don't know how the hell he did that. and I love to do that.
Yeah.
But my boy Bomani Jones is a really good writer. And he tweeted it out a couple days ago on Prince, and he wrote a thing about a Prince concert a year ago, and I hadn't read it until he wrote it, or he tweeted it out on Monday or Tuesday. and I read it, and it was so damn good, and it had so many great phrases in there that I texted him and said, man, I was gonna come up with some of those phrases, and now to look like I stole them, but you fucked up my future writing because I was gonna use that. I know I hadn't come up with them yet, but I was going to, because that's how good they are and how good I am. And he was just rolling.
That's outstanding. How did you guys meet? How did you and Bomani Jones meet?
I mean, he grew up here in Houston, and went to high school and stuff here. So he followed Houston sports big time. So he followed my career, and he loved University of Texas. So he followed my covering of the Big 12 and all of that. And so we just connected. When he first got a radio show, he had me on a couple of times, and I had him on a couple of times. And so he's been on my TV shows, and I've been on his. So yeah, then we met at, we had those black meetings. We met at some of them black meetings. You ain't never been to one of them. But we started hanging out at some black meetings together, and he'll ask for advice, and I'll tell him how to make millions, and
and then he'll do it.
He talks about my few thousand. We mix real well like that.
Does that bother you, man? Because there are comics in town that's the same kind of thing in that business, right? Like, you see this young cat, you've been grinding, you've been moving up the ladders, like you've been doing your thing, and then a young guy like Bomani Jones hits the ground running, has all the talent in the world, just zooms past everybody to the national stage and and you're just like, fuck. There's got to be.
I can't be mad at that if you can't play. And you get moved to the starting lineup in the league, and you can't play, that's a problem. But if you can play and you deliver, and there's a lot of luck involved, but you hit luck at the right moment. It is what it is. I mean, it's and so many writers went from newspapers to ESPN, and one of the reasons they did was the former sports editor at the Boston Globe moved to ESPN, and he hired a bunch of writers. So like Michael Smith, he's been around ESPN for a while. And he's not there anymore, but he had my job at the Boston Globe right before I did. When he left, then I went and took that spot. And then when I was in Boston, I was all over the place, man. They were, just because I wrote for the Boston Globe and covered the Patriots, dude, they were dropping me, I was in documentaries and shit, answering questions I ain't know a damn thing about. They did a big old Super Bowl 40th halftime show anniversary documentary where they're talking all these famous people, and here my ass dropping in there going, yeah, that Michael Jackson performance at halftime, that was huge. I wasn't there. Of course I heard about it. I saw it on TV like millions of other people, but but I'm an expert on it, so I broke it down. But you get stuff like that from being out and around, and people starting respecting you and what you bring to the table, and it's fun. I mean, I like the attention in terms of people saying they like what you do. You know what I mean? I don't need the attention of just hey man, let me buy you a drink. Now I'll buy my own drink.
Yeah, kind of leave me the fuck alone, but I do appreciate that you enjoy my work. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and I love people say, "Man, I love." Some people just spot you somewhere and go, "Man, I love what you do."
That's the best.
When they say that, you're like, "That's all I need."
Yeah.
Now it'd be nice. I mean, I've been on Twitter since 2009 or 8 or 9. Ain't no woman slipped into my DMs and like, no. You'd think there'd be some woman who's desperate and then low self-esteem and would just reach out to a brother to take a shot. One, right? I mean, just one.
Ooh, man, if you look cat like you write words, ooh, hit me up, baby.
You that's what I'm saying. I mean, I'm gonna turn them down, but
I'm married, but it would make me feel good. Shit.
I mean, that is so funny. But I mean, zero. And one dude dropped into my DM. That was disgusting. I mean, what it was.
How big is your pen? You're like, huh?
No, it wasn't the words. It was the picture. Like,
he sent you a dick
pic. Man, I was not pleased. I was.
Oh, that is
I'm still traumatized over this.
Listen, I gotta tell you, I have had women come up to me after shows and, hey, me and my husband are looking for. I'm like, whoa, no. First of all, I'm married and we don't do that, and she ain't here. And No, thank you. I had a couple try to take me across the border in El Paso to have sex with them. I'm like, you're not murdering me in Juarez. I know what the fuck is about to happen.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. When's your next show?
That's crazy, man. You need a manager. You need a road dog.
I need to hang around with you after the show. Cause that's crazy. I need to see the crazy.
I've been propositioned several times about a threesome. And I've had a few women, which is crazy because, dude, most of my act is about me being married. You've seen it. I talk about me and my wife.
Well, it ain't the married part. It's you make them laugh. It's not like you're good looking. It is not like you even part of your act, you tell people you're not good in bed. So It's not that. They want you to come there, keep your clothes on, and make them laugh and feel good
while they have
in the privacy of it. Yeah, that's you getting the threesome all mixed up, dog. They want a twosome with jokes. That's not a threesome. That's not the kind of math they're doing, bro. I mean, I know this might hurt your little feelings, but
I hate you so much.
You gotta understand.
They're not trying to fuck. They're trying to fuck.
People want threesomes. No, they want jokes, fool.
They want a private show.
And the one trying to take you over the border, they were looking at that liver. They might want their kidneys.
Why you got all that bags of ice in the back? Oh, we're gonna make drinks with all those bags of ice. Yeah, don't worry about it, baby. It's for the margaritas.
That's why we got a cooler over there. Mm-hmm.
Why does it say?
They was wearing masks, and it wasn't even COVID. They was wearing medical masks, and it was before the pandemic.
3 years ago. Why does it say kidney?
A mask and scrubs. Yeah, bro. I'm glad you turned that down.
So they call them in comedy. They call them chuckle fuckers. Like they literally, that's what they call groupies in comedy that want to have sex with comedians. They call them chuckle fuckers. Is there something like that for writers?
No.
He's like, no. They just no. Yeah, it's called. It's called research. They're called librarians.
I've looked all over the place. Yeah, no.
There ain't nothing like that. I mean, there's no writer groupies. Come on, fam.
Authors can get that because then they go to the bookstore and sit down and do a reading. They wear a little bow tie and they bust out their own words and add their little thing to it, and then be like, I'm gonna buy that book. Can you sign this book for me? But ain't nobody showing up to me saying, "Can you sign this newspaper?"
Sign my column.
Hey, here's my tablet. I'm reading you online. Can you sign that? No, ain't
fair enough, bro. Why don't you write a book? Have you ever written a book? Have you thought about writing a book?
I've had stuff in books. I haven't. I've been offered a couple of them, but nothing that's really got me going. I should have written some by now, and I just haven't. And now I'm really locked in on doing more TV and stuff, and I don't know if I have the time to write a book. But
I really think you should write a book.
I'll write my memoirs one day.
Yeah. Yeah. I think you should write obviously you know yourself better, but because of the things that you discuss and tackle in your column, and we talked about that blend of social and sports, right? That the crossover between race and culture and sports and how it affects us. And why not do a piece like that? Maybe the 10 most important moments in this country in sports and race or something like that. You'd be the perfect person to do that, man. That's definitely some needed stuff,
right, Yeah, but I don't have time, man. If I didn't have to do stupid shows from 2:30 to 3 when they say I'm gonna get you out here real fast because I know you're busy, I'd have more time. I'm not talking about you personally. I'm talking just in general.
By the way, whose car was getting robbed for half of this goddamn interview? I heard that.
Nobody even pays attention to
where the fuck are you
alarms
at?
Anymore. I don't know, man. I didn't. When I'm in the hood, I don't turn around fast.
Don't look.
Move slow.
That's the first thing you learn.
No sudden movements. Mind your business. Mind your business, dog. Mind your business.
You better get your phone out and selfie look at that bitch. Like, what's going on over there? Oh, somebody's breaking into that car. I don't give a fuck. That ain't my car. That ain't my business.
Hey, mine is good. I'm good.
That's good shit. Hey, man, I appreciate you doing this. Yeah, you guys go follow Jerome at Jerome Solomon. Make sure you read him at cron.com. Make sure you watch the TV show. It's Texas Sport Nation on Sundays, Channel 2, KPRC. Also listen to him on the radio Sunday mornings, Houston Sports Show on ESPN. Plus, there's some shit in the works.
It's going to be scandalous this Sunday because Crazy Holly will be on along with Rachel. So
shit.
They get a little scandalous.
Are you doing the show at all on Sundays, or have you just like turned it over to them and said, fuck it?
Oh, no, I do it.
You still do it?
I do it from home. I don't go in there in that COVID-infested radio station.
Especially all three of them, Holly and Rachel and Lauren, they're out all over the goddamn place doing public knowledge.
Partying. They doing it for the gram, so
they're literally the three of them have created herd immunity. They are just, I'm like, how these bitches ain't on the ventilator yet? I don't know.
On the move. They are on the move. But I think a high percentage of people 35 and under just rolling like they don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Well, make sure you listen. Make sure you check it out, homie. I appreciate you as always, dude. Thank you for doing this, and I'll call you later tonight or tomorrow so we can catch up. All right.
Let's do that. All right.
That is Jerome Solomon, man. Houston Chronicle. Make sure you follow him at Jerome Solomon on Twitter. What a fun dude. Man, I look forward to Fridays. It is always crazy. It is always crazy. And I got to tell you, a lot of times when Jerome and I do that segment or people, and I texted him this, people will leave comments or on Twitter and they'll say, man, it's like the Rush 2.0. And for me to even be associated with a show that was that fun and that beloved by this city, huge compliment. So, love Jerome. Nobody does it like Jerome. Nobody brings it like Jerome, and I appreciate that. All right, we got to get to a break. Excuse me. Ugh. Oh, except before we get to the break, because we gotta get to a break. I gotta pee, and then we're gonna pay some bills on the other side. We're gonna sit on the corner and do some dope. But before we do that, I owe KD a shot. I didn't forget, homie. I did not forget. You guys, thank you so much for being here. I love you all very much. I appreciate you being Deckheads and supporting this show and watching and hanging out with me every single day. From the bottom of my heart, you guys. Cheers to you. I will see you on the other side. I mean, not like we're dying, but. What's up, Mr. Reyes? You and I need to talk. Holy shit. Okay. Oh, God. Oh, God. It hit so bad. Sometimes, there's nothing like chasing a shot with another alcoholic drink. Okay, we're going to take a 5-minute break. If you just tuned in, hang out. We've got a lot more show to get to. I promise you that. So much more sports, non-sports, and fun to be had. But we got to take a 5-minute break because I have to pee. I've been doing this for an hour with no break. So we're going to take a 5-minute break. If you leave, do come back. I got a funny video for you to watch. And on the other side, we'll have some more fun. So I'll see you in a second. This is Barry on Deck. I'm your host, Barry Laminack. See you in a bit. I'm Barry Laminack, and this isn't what happened in sports. Let's start in the NFL, where Kevin James is going to play Sean Payton in the upcoming Netflix movie Home Team, which is a weird way of telling Sean Payton to lose weight. The movie will be about Sean Payton's time coaching his 6th grade son's football team back in 2012 while he was suspended from the NFL for his role in Bountygate. Casting directors thought Kevin James would be perfect for the role after he bribed the producers. The Houston Texans have edited Deshaun Watson out of their intro video in the wake of the sexual assault allegations surrounding the quarterback. And damn, you know you've done some bad things when the Texans are worried that you're bad for their image. In a recent interview, Aaron Rodgers said his favorite thing to do with his fiance is, quote, cuddle time. Wow, their sex must be terrible. His second favorite thing? Overcompensating. From the world of the NBA, an injured James Harden decided to travel with the team to Miami, even though he won't be playing. But where Harden is going, tip-off happens at the end of the night, not at the beginning of the game. Apparently it's bobblehead night at the strip club. I don't know. When asked why he's going to Miami, even though he didn't make the trip to other cities, Harden said, Miami has always had a special place in my pants. In MLB news, after Joe Musgrove threw the first no-hitter in Padres history, San Diego's Ballast Point Brewing Company gifted him a lifetime supply of beer. Well, he's definitely going to increase his spin rate. This week, Alex Rodriguez and Jennifer Lopez ended their engagement, and my guess is he hates that she's going, but he loves watching her leave. I would say A-Rod has struck out in love, but we're better than that on this show. No, we're not. Baltimore Orioles slugger Trey Mancini has been getting standing ovations since his return to baseball less than a year after being diagnosed with stage 3 colon cancer. He beat the odds and did what many thought was impossible. He gave Orioles fans something to cheer about. Mancini's not done though, telling reporters that he's still pursuing his dream of one day playing for Umpire and plays a sport that puts people to sleep. The Buffalo Sabres have announced that only vaccinated fans will be allowed to attend games later this year, and now many fans are scrambling to get unvaccinated. A video went viral after a shirtless man at a golf charity event fought somebody with a flag stick. The event was able to raise money and his blood alcohol level, and no need to look it up, he's white. And finally, this week, Canada unveiled that their athletes will wear jean outfits at the Tokyo Olympics, which is much better than the original idea, Canadian bacon tracksuits. The jacket will be matched with wool gloves with the fingers cut out and wallet chains. Now, I don't know if Canada is ever going to catch the US in medals, but I'm sure they'll be closing the gap. I'm Barry Laminack. That's not what happened in sports. Daddy's making a YouTube video.
I got your bitch sitting down the goddamn corner doing dope. Sitting down the goddamn corner doing dope. Sitting down the goddamn corner doing dope. Corner doing dope. They are to be ashamed. Sitting down the goddamn corner doing dope. Sitting down the goddamn corner doing dope. Sitting down the goddamn corner doing dope. Corner doing dope. Goddamn right, bitch. Look at here. There you go. They're out here sharing marijuana. Look at here. There you go. The same old nasty ass people from last week. Corner doing dope. Corner doing dope. Corner doing dope. Corner doing dope. Goddamn corner doing dope. Corner doing dope. Corner doing dope. Goddamn right, bitch. Sitting down the goddamn corner doing dope. Sitting down the goddamn corner doing dope. Sitting down the goddamn corner doing dope. Corner doing dope. Dope. Goddamn right, bitch. Goddamn right, bitch. Goddamn right, bitch. Goddamn right, bitch. Corner doing dope. 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 Sitting down the goddamn corner doing dope. Sitting down the goddamn corner doing dope. Sitting down the goddamn corner doing dope. Corner doing dope. Goddamn right, bitch. Look at here. There you go. They're out here sharing marijuana. Look at here. There you go. The same old nasty ass people from last week. Corner doing dope. Corner doing dope. Corner doing dope. Corner doing dope. Goddamn corner doing dope. Corner doing dope. Corner doing dope. Goddamn right, bitch. Sitting down the goddamn corner doing dope. Sitting down the goddamn corner doing dope. Sitting down the goddamn corner doing dope. Corner doing dope. Dope. Goddamn right, bitch. Goddamn right, bitch. Goddamn right, bitch. Goddamn right, bitch. Corner doing dope. 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 Corner doing dope.
That wasn't supposed to go that way. I'm your host, Barry Lamb, and I thank you guys for sticking around through a really fucked up break. We lost power there for a second. Don't know what happened. Steven, the weather guy, said, I'm listening on my computer at work. Hope I don't get fired. Use your phone, bro. Use your phone, man. White Magic said, of course. White Magic has to be this guy. I think I'm the only one who doesn't like this song. Yeah, you're right. You are the only one who doesn't like this song. It was cool and now it's played out. Really? Really? Well, it's not played out to the rest of us. So just because you're too cool to sit on the corner and do dope, you didn't need to say it. You could have just shut the fuck up and not commented about it. You were right. 30% chance I was going to lose power, and I absolutely did. Thought it would have been better. Hey, I got to say thank you to Joe Pro. Now it's a Fancy Friday. Thank you for the $5 Friday, my friend. I very much appreciate that. And by the way, White Magic, I just want to point out there are always new people listening to the show on a Friday. Always new people listening to the show that sit on the corner and do dope for maybe the first time, okay? So don't get that twisted either. Now, we do have a lot to get to. We have more sports and non-sports to talk about. But before we do that, I do want to tell you guys about Hemp Vita. Oh my goodness, the CBD. I cannot wait to get my nighttime gummies. They have a new gummy that I want you guys to try. It's the nighttime gummies. It has CBD, it has CBN, it has melatonin, it has chamomile flower extract. No artificial ingredients. It's vegan, so it's healthier. And they still have the great taste. It's a sour taste now, but they have broad spectrum, no THC. You don't have to worry about getting popped for a drug test. But they have these nighttime gummies and they have the regular gummies still. So you can still get the original if you like that. But what they've done with the original and the nighttime, they've bumped up the milligrams from 5 to 25. So you're getting more CBD. You're getting more of the stuff that we all appreciate as far as CBD is concerned. And if you don't know why you should be using CBD, here are some of the things that it's been known to help with. Pain relief. Like, for example, Nora comes home from work, her ankles hurt, her shoulder hurts. I rub some of the Hemp Vita CBD gel on there, and literally within 20 minutes, she's like, it doesn't hurt anymore. I totally forgot that it was hurting. I'm telling you, I swear by the Hemp Vita gel. Try it out for sure. But it also helps with inflammation, insomnia, seizures, anxiety, and even just to help you relax more. Check it out. Go to hempvitacbd.com. That's hempvitacbd.com. And sorry, my mouse wasn't working. And when you do, use promo code DECKHEAD15, and they're going to give you 15% off. So promo code DECKHEAD15 saves yourself 15% at hempvitacbd.com. While you're online, go to eatatdans.com for me. Check them out. Dan's Seafood and Wings is legitimately, ask the Deckheads, ask Fidel, ask Cece, ask PK, ask Donna, ask Francisco. You guys, Dan's Seafood and Wings is literally some of the best seafood in the city of Houston, hands down. You're going to love it. I swear. It's crawfish season. If you're looking for really good crawfish in the city of Houston, check out Dan's. They have two locations for you. One on the southwest side at South Gessner, one on the northeast side on Uvalde. I go to the Uvalde location. The service is great. They give military discounts. The food is amazing. It's all fresh, all delicious. And a little pro tip for you, if you're going to eat at Dan's, which you should, add the boiled spicy shrimp to the crawfish. Oh, mwah, chef's kiss. It is so, I think I'm going to do it this weekend. I think we're going to get crawfish and shrimp again. It's this good. Nora, I swear to you guys, Nora will not eat seafood, especially boiled spicy shrimp, from anywhere other than Dan's Seafood and Wings. And we have other seafood sponsors on this show. But she's still like, nope, Dan's is the spot. They literally have the best. So check them out. It's eatatdans.com, eat at Dan's on Instagram. If you want some of the best crawfish in the city of Houston, make sure you put Dan's in your mouth. And it's not appropriate. Okay, I feel the alcohol kicking in for sure. The speech is starting to slur a little bit. I swore I wouldn't do this. But yet here we are. I real quick, let me check the stream health. Yeah, it looks like we dipped for some. What was that? Oh, yeah, that was when the lights went out. It really sucks. We were doing great. We were at 60 viewers when the lights went out. We're going to get back there. Come back, bitches. Come back. Okay, I think we're good. Let me check. Yes. All right. A couple more people I need to thank. Thank you, Alex Villanueva, for the $10, $5 Friday on PayPal. I very much appreciate that. And Mr. Keith Sager, Mr. Lawn Talk himself, thank you for the $5 Friday. And since I brought up Keith Sager and since I brought up Lawn Talk, Let's do it. Do you have a lawn talk question? Nothing was on the Discord. If you have a lawn talk question for me, make sure you put hashtag lawn talk before you ask the question. Nobody has any problems right now. Apparently on the CC hates lawn talk. As much as Keith loves lawn talk, CC hates lawn talk. And it's polarizing. Lawn talk has long been a polarizing topic on Barry on Deck. And even on the usual suspects. Some of you love it, some of you hate it, but it's here to stay. Why? Why, you ask, CC? Because if I can get it sponsored, that's why. So look, if you have questions, I'll tell you this, it's going to rain today. It's going to rain a lot. Oh, that's a really good question, D-Mata. We're going to answer that in just a second. It's going to rain. I don't know where you live, but up here it's supposed to be really heavy. I was planning on trying to get out and put some fertilizer out, but I want you to understand this when it comes to raining and fertilizer. If you get more than an inch of rain, you have the opportunity for your fertilizer to actually run off your lawn. At more than an inch of rain in a short amount of time can cause runoff. Your lawns, your yards were built and sloped and created so that the water sheds down either to the street or to the drainage, or where, if you have a swell or whatever it is, ditches. So if you get a lot of rain in a short amount of time and you fertilize prior to that, usually more than an inch in say a 24, 36 hour period, you're probably going to have to refertilize. So I would say, depending on what the estimates are, you may want to wait and just go ahead and fertilize and do it after the rain. So I don't know what's coming. Also, D-Mata had a really good question. So let's get to that first before we give Jeff Bell a 5-minute timeout. D-Mata had a lawn talk question. Hashtag lawn talk. Can you over fertilize a yard? Great question. Here's the deal. The answer is yes and no. Yes, you can over fertilize if you use like a synthetic fertilizer. If you go out and just buy Scott's Weed and Feed or Nitrophos slow release fertilizers, those synthetic fertilizers that are not organic, you can put too much and it'll burn your grass. So you have to be very careful and make sure that you don't over fertilize. Now that's at one time. Now, if you fertilize every month, you're really just wasting it. You don't need to do that, because what happens is that fertilizer slowly dissolves into your grass and then slowly over a couple of 3 months feeds nutrients into your soil, which makes your grass grow. And then that's why you fertilize every 3 to 4 months. So if you did it every 2 months, you're okay. But if you're talking about, can you put too much at one time? Absolutely. Absolutely, you can burn your grass. The fertilizer, the nitrogen, and everything else in there can actually burn your grass. Now, if you're using an organic or something similar to a fertilizer like molasses, or even the Sweet Green by Nitrophos, which is an organic fertilizer made of mostly molasses and other organic compounds, usually you can't put too much. Now, obviously, it becomes cost prohibitive to put too much. It's just a waste of money. But that you have less risk of burning your lawn with an organic fertilizer versus a synthetic. So I hope that answers it. But yeah, that's a great question. As far as how often you should fertilize, I always recommend follow the Randy Lemon fertilization schedule. That's what I use. It's what everybody should be using. It's perfect. Just follow it. But if you're not, and you're just tell me, how often, I would do it every 3 to 4 months. Every 3 or 4 months, put some fertilizer out and you should be good. Jeff Bell. So thank you for the super chat, Jeff Bell. I really appreciate your $5 Friday very much. You said $5 Friday. Also, Die Hard 2 set on Christmas Eve. I'm not going to give you a timeout, Jeff Bell, because you didn't say it was a Christmas movie. You simply stated that it was set on Christmas Eve, which is factual. So Jeff Bell narrowly avoids a 5-minute timeout. CC wants to sponsor me to not do lawn talk. I mean, if you buy the package, I'll just not do it. I'm fine with that. I mean, honestly, CC hates lawn talk so much. White Magic said that's because CC ain't got a man to take care of the lawn. White Magic. Tony Garza, hashtag lawn talk. Have you ever seen a 4-leaf clover? Do we have any serious lawn talk questions, Tony? Jess has a question. Hashtag lawn. I trust Jess. I don't know what this question is yet, but I trust Jess because she's not Tony. Hashtag lawn talk. What do you recommend to do if old gas accidentally got left in your mower over the winter season and now your lawnmower won't start, assuming that's the issue? Well, yeah, you're going to have to get your carburetor cleaned out. You're going to have to get the gas lines cleaned out. There's probably just an accumulation of sludge and water. So you can take it to a repair shop. There's tons of YouTube videos that show you how to do it if you don't want to spend the money. It's really not that difficult to clean out your lawnmower's carburetor and everything if you left gas in there too long. It's real easy though. Just get you one of those additives. Just buy a big thing of the additives, and when you're done mowing, just put some in the gas tank. You're good to go. But yeah, the repair shops can do it. But if I had my uncle do it because he did it for free. But honest to God, if I didn't know anybody or didn't want to pay, you could YouTube it. And Jess, I promise you and Mark can figure out how to do that without having to pay anybody. Any more lawn talk questions? It doesn't appear so. All right, go. Let's keep going. All right, so I got to almost all the sports. One of the things we talked about earlier this week in the show, no, it wasn't Tom Brady. No, it wasn't the NCAA. What's going on right now? It was Oscar De La Hoya. If you remember the Jake Paul fight, I should, put quotes. The fight, it wasn't really a fight. Ben Askren is a wrestler, not a fighter. But anyways, during the fight, they had Oscar De La Hoya on the show or on the fight, giving commentary. And he literally talked like I am right now. Like he was drunk as fuck. Now, see, look, here's the thing. I've been drinking. I've had, 2 shots of Jameson plus 1 full. Well, actually, I think I filled it up to about there with Bacardi. And this is my second of the Bacardi to Diet Coke. Yeah, and I'm a weak nut. So I'm able to do another hour and a half of Barry on Deck without saying a bunch of, I'm going to do dumb shit, but I'm going to do that sober or not sober. But Oscar, they put him on the commentary for the Jake Paul Ben Askren fight. And they're like, so who's your next opponent? And he's like, I don't give a fuck who it is. I'm gonna fuck them up and prove I'm the baddest motherfucker on the planet. And everybody's like, bro, what the fuck are you doing, Oscar? He's like, I don't care. I'm gonna knock them all out. Like, he was shithoused. Oscar was drunk AF and just fucking said the weirdest shit. And everybody was like, okay, is he on coke? Turns out he confessed he had too much to drink. There's literally a whole article on Larry Brown Sports about it. But he basically said, this is the quote from Oscar De La Hoya. I said, even though the vibe was relaxed, De La Hoya crossed the line into being too unprofessional. That's according to, the article. Quote, I started having a couple of drinks and then they told me, why don't you go and commentate? And I was like, oh man, okay. The DAZN boxing show. That was where he appeared. He said, I got a little carried away and I apologize. I mean, look, I'm not going to sit here and judge Oscar De La Hoya for drinking on the job. I won't judge him for that. We all do it. I don't know. I don't think we all drink on the, I think some of you drink and then go to the job. Some of you, like Joe Pro, probably do drink on the job. Some of you probably need to drink on the job. But look, in the entertainment world, you have to know that if you get shit-faced and do dumb shit, people are going to call you out for it. Hence this show. It happens. Matthew Carruthers, for example. Matthew Carruthers said, I had to go grab the kids. Is Barry buzzed yet? Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's happened again. I did the shot early. I did the KD shot at the top of the hour. Plus, I'm on the second Bacardi and diet. Yeah, daddy's buzzed again. Swore I wouldn't get here. And fuck, here we are. Oh, boy. So, I know we have like 6 moderators. And so I see Stomp the Yard greater than Step Up. I see, where is it? So Stomp the Yard greater than Step Up. What else? Oh, Drumline is greater than You Got Served. He said he doesn't like sitting on the corner doing dope. Here's the thing. I think we should just time out White Magic until 4 o'clock. It's 3:30. Actually, that's too long. Let's do 15 minutes. He gets 3 5-minute timeouts. I know we got like 6 moderators here. White Magic, I'm so sick of your shit. You come in here and you talk shit about the show's anthem, sitting on the goddamn corner doing dope. Then you talk about Step Up and you slander the good name. Is it Step Up that I like? I don't even remember what it is. I don't know. Anyway, fuck it. You get 15 minutes just because. Because you wore that stupid ass tie back in high school. So, 15 minutes. I know I need to go get some bread. So I know we've got like 6. Donna, did Donna do it? Donna, please give him a 5. I want Donna to be the one to 5-minute timeout him. Yeah, see the Step Up slander. We just can't have this. Can't have it. So I saw Tony was asking about the fight this weekend. Where did it go? And that's a good point, Tony. So Tony says, like, it wasn't a serious boxing card, so why do you have to be... Like, they had Snoop Dogg that was on the commentary that was just like, fuck this, fuck, like, Oscar talking... The problem is that when it comes to the public watching guys like Oscar De La Hoya, who professional boxer, professional promoter, the public has this level of expectation that maybe isn't warranted, especially during a fight like that, where they're like, you always have to be buttoned up. You always have to be perfect. You can't make any mistakes. And Oscar got litty and was like, I'll beat anybody. Fuck all these motherfuckers. Like, and they were like, whoa, you're not, that's not the De La Hoya that we know. So it doesn't matter about the card necessarily, Tony. It's the expectations of the public for a guy like Oscar De La Hoya. Right or wrong, that's why I think people were like, what the fuck has happened? I mean, it did seem weird, but, you know, here I am doing a show half buzz, so who am I to judge? So Titan Hugo said, I'd like an hour concert with Saweetie and Snoop, Cube, Too Short, and E40. What the fuck does that have to do with anything, Titan Hugo? Like we've literally been talking about everything but that. Some of the shit y'all put in the chat is fucking weird. All right, let's get back to the show. We have more topics to discuss. I think I'm out of. Oh no, I do want to talk about this. This is really good. So this happy couple that you're looking at, this is Mike Caussin. Caussin. Caussi. I don't know who the fuck this is. He's a former NFL player. Mike Caussin. His wife is an actress and a country music star. Her name is Jana Kramer. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know who the fuck these two people are. I don't know. These two people could be sitting on my couch right now, and I'd be like, how'd you get in here, you two weirdo strangers? Who are you? I have no idea who they are. I know she's showing some of her titty meat, and I'm not opposed to that. She's cute. He looks handsome. He's well dressed and cut. Good for him. These guys, this looks like a happy couple. It's about all I know. Well, Mr. Mike here is a serial cheater. This dude, it's Jana Fidel. Jana, not Jenna. Jana Kramer. Get your shit together, Fidel. Oh, she does make, Chris Reyes says she makes good music. She looks very smart. Yeah. She looks like she has a deep understanding of things. Yes, very much so. Justin said, actress like Tiana Trump or actress like Meryl Streep? Yeah, I'm thinking more Meryl than Tiana. So this happy couple that you see is getting a divorce because Mike here couldn't keep it in the family, if you know what I'm saying. Mike here has been cheating on Jana over and over and over. Now, at one point, he had cheated so much. He had cheated on her like 10 times, and he claimed he was a sex addict. He said, the reason I cheat is because it's not because I don't love her. I'm just a sex addict, and I need sex. So Jana wrote a book, or they actually wrote a book together called The Good Fight. Wanting to leave, choosing to stay, and the powerful practice for loving faithfully. It said this was about staying together after Caussin repeatedly cheated on her in 2016, where he blamed his sex addiction. So it says Caussin was apparently busted cheating again, which led Kramer to write a post on Instagram saying that she was moving on after fighting to save their relationship the past few years. Now, I think dudes in general will look at this and be like, why would you cheat on her? She's hot, right? Like, it's a good looking woman, right? He's a good looking guy, but why would you cheat on her? This is what I don't, and maybe it's because I'm not addicted to sex. And Matthew makes a good, valid point. Hot can be crazy. Okay, Matthew, let's start there. We'll get to the sex addiction thing in a second, because I kind of think that's bullshit. I know I'm going to get some heat. Some of you are probably addicted to sucking dick or whatever and having sex. We'll get to it in a second. But let's just address for the moment the hot can be crazy statement from Matthew Carruthers. Granted, yes, hot, and Jana is hot. I'd say she's a good-looking gal. I don't know why I sound like old wife. She's a fine-looking lass, that lady. Hot can be crazy, but you know what? You don't have to be married to crazy. You don't have to stay with crazy. You don't have to be with crazy. We've all been with that one person in our life that was probably the best looking person we've ever had a relationship with or had sex with or whatever. But they were batshit crazy and you were like, nope. I mean, fortunately for me, Nora's the hottest person I've ever been with, and she's not crazy. But there are people that I've been with in the past that are like, what the fuck? This chick is out of her goddamn mind. And as soon as you recognize that, a rational adult is like, well, I'm out of here. I mean, I'm not going to put up with this weird bullshit. I'm not going to do it. So if she's hot and crazy, just fucking leave. Why would you stay if she's crazy and then just cheat on her? That does not make sense. Now, save that old half bullshit, because if you get caught cheating, she's leaving you, you're still going to have to pay half. How you get out is immaterial. Getting out is the question. He had a choice to stay and cheat or leave. So the hot and crazy, I'm not buying it in this case, Matthew. It doesn't hold water. What's up, Q Anonymous? Thanks for being here. The hot and crazy shit doesn't hold water. Here's the deal. If you're with a chick and she's hot and crazy, you have the right and opportunity to leave. If you stay and you cheat and she leaves you and gets half your shit, that's your fault. That's your bad. Now let's talk about a sex addict. I mean, I feel like I don't want to say anybody's addiction is bullshit, but I feel like saying that a sex addict is comparing a sex addict to a crackhead is fucking ridiculous to me. I think dudes just use that, and sometimes ladies, it's mostly dudes. I think dudes just use that as a reason to cheat. I'm sorry, I'm just addicted to chasing poon. No, it doesn't work like that. You're an asshole. Keep your dick in your pants. If you need sex all the time, then have a partner that's willing to have sex with you all the time. And if Miss Jana here isn't willing to fuck 24/7, then get a new wife. Find someone that fulfills that need. But to try to pretend, or just don't be with somebody. If you are a sex addict and you're like, I just need to fuck. Cool. Why are you settling down? You know you have this insatiable. No, this is not a QAnon show. This just turned into a sex addict show, Q. Definitely not a QAnon show. And, we'll get into that later. Wow, Flip. That's, no. No, ever. But for real, there's guys out here that are like, I'm going to get married and settle down and have 2 kids and live a good life, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, I'm sorry I cheated. I'm addicted to fucking. Well, why did you settle down? You knew. Look, if I'm a crackhead, I can't be like, I'm sorry I randomly gave a stranger a hand job in the park. I'm addicted to crack. You knew that. That's why you did it. Okay, nobody clip that, by the way. Grow up, people. We're talking a serious adult shit here. See, that's the other thing, Joe Bro. Everybody's like, well, I'd love to be with a chick, a female sex addict. No, you wouldn't. A nympho? Where you're at, you'd be like, oh my God, just let the dick breathe for a minute, woman. Enough is enough. But my whole point is, you cannot use the crime of sex addiction or the cry for help for sex addiction as an excuse to be an asshole and cheat on your woman. You know you're addicted to sex. Why are you getting married? It's just stupid. No, Q is not white magic. Apparently, P. Jones is with a nympho. He said it's annoying. Sorry. What'd I miss? So let's go. Quinn said, I've had coworkers addicted to Backpage like crack. Well, they're just nasty. Definitely don't drink at the water fountain at work, Quinn. You're definitely getting herpes from a coworker if all they're doing is out here on Backpage fucking all the whores. Yeah. If you get a fever blister, you got it at work. All right. That's just a fact. Walt said, how can you cheat if you leave her? I'm sure for him, cheating is part of the turn on. Well, now that's a different thing, Walt. Walt, come on, fam. You are one of the smartest dudes I know. You're not this dumb to be able to not separate the two. There is cheating. There is the act and the risk of getting caught. Ooh, it's a turn on. Ooh, I love it. And then there's just an addiction to sex. I just need to get my dick wet. Not, I need to cheat on somebody and try not to get caught. And I love the risk involved. And she's in the bed next to me, but I'm still on it. Hey, grandma, what's up? Like to see that puss? No, I talk to my grandma like this all the time. Can't wait to suck your titty, grandma. Like, there's a big difference between enjoying fucking around behind somebody's back and risking getting caught and just being like, I need to be fucking 24/7. Whose dick do I gotta suck to get my dick sucked? Big difference. Because there are people like that. There are people that are like, man, I like the fucking thrill of cheating. I like the risk of being caught. It's eternal. Cool. But that's not a sex addiction, Walt. That's just an asshole. My magic said he went to get a pack of cigarettes when I was 3 months old. Y'all been together ever since, huh? Because I ain't seen. Oh, okay. I don't know what all this is about. Oh, he's back. Yeah, it's 3:45. Okay, it's fine. All right, so Walt said, I don't believe that addiction bullshit he's talking. His ass like sneaking around or he would have left. And that's part of what I'm saying, Walt, for sure. I don't believe the sex addiction thing either. I think he just likes fucking other girls or other women. He just likes being an asshole. I don't know if it's the thrill of cheating or whatever it is, but that's my whole point. Stop blaming sex addiction for you being an asshole and cheating on your woman. Now, let's talk about the flip side of that. Ladies, pay attention. Why did this woman stay with him in the first place? After her ass already got cheated on. She's like, well, we're going to work it out. No, ma'am. No, mamas. Once your man cheats on you once a dog, always a dog. Ladies, listen to Uncle Barry. I know some of my advice is crazy and out there, but when it comes to relationships and men, I have always told you what 90% of the men in this world think. I've seen in chat where they're like, dude, shut the fuck up. Don't tell him that. I'm going to tell you right now. If your man cheats on you once, he absolutely will cheat on you again. I don't give a fuck what he tells you. I don't give a fuck how sorry he was. I don't give a fuck what. I promise. Take this. I'll buy you. No. If your man is a cheater, he will always be a cheater. He will just be better at it the next time. So, you can believe me. You can not believe me. But this poor Jana, I wish she would have reached out. I wish she would have hit me up. I wish Jana was a deckhead. I wish she would watch this show. And I wish she would have said, Barry, should I stay with Mike? Because, he's got that chiseled jawline and the big arms and the big salary. But he's just out fucking all the hoes in town. And I would have said, well, you have two choices. You can either put up with him fucking all the hoes in town or you can leave. Because he's going to continue to fuck all the hoes in town. That's just how it goes. Of course, White Magic said I'm wrong. No one gives a fuck what you think because you hate sitting on the corner doing dope. Justin said false. I cheated on every one of my previous relationships, but the current one I'm in now because I got cheated on, didn't see it coming, and realized how bad it hurt. Time out. You switched relationships. You found someone. Here's the thing, Justin. I'm not wrong and I'm not false. You are. Here's why. You found someone you loved so much that you didn't want to hurt them. So you choose not to cheat on them. By the way, this book ain't closed yet. This book ain't written. Not until you're both dead or break up. Okay? So don't be celebrating that you hadn't cheated on her yet. But what I'm telling you is you've found someone you loved enough that you didn't want to hurt. It's a deeper thing than that. When I tell you men are dogs and they will cheat on you once, they'll cheat on you again, it's because they don't respect the person they're with. It's because they don't love them enough to be faithful. That's why they'll do it again. That's why these ladies need to move on. The woman you're with now, if you wouldn't cheat on her, she's good. But if you would, and then be like, you know what? I realized how much it hurt you. I love you. I'll never do it again. Bullshit. Because if you loved her that much, you wouldn't have cheated in the first fucking place. It's just a fact of it for me. And you guys can talk all you want in the chat about, well, that's not true. There's redemption and bullshit. If you loved them enough, you wouldn't have strayed. That's not how it works. And I'm going to tell you, honestly, because I've been in 2 different relationships. One of them, I wanted to stray. I wanted to cheat. My ex-wife, I wanted to cheat on her. I didn't love her. I just couldn't bring myself to do that, so I left. I would never in a million years think about cheating on Nora. I don't need to. I love her too much to hurt her and to fuck around behind her back. So you can say, oh, I cheated on all these bitches, but I didn't cheat on this one. It's because you love her deeply. But all them other ones, if you would have got caught and they would have stayed with you, you would have cheated on them again. And you know goddamn well I'm right, Justin. You know I'm right. Damn, what did Cece say? Everybody's like, oh my God. Cece murdered a guy. Here we go. Rev said, this is another topic that isn't black and white. Yes, they will most likely do it again, but it's not as easy for people to leave as you make it sound. Fair enough, Rev. But my point is this. If Jana over here thinks, well, I'm a country star and an actress, and he cheated on me, but he said he'll never do it again. If he did it once, he doesn't respect you enough to never not do it again. That's the point, House. Do you disagree with that? Take everything else I've said and ignore it for a moment. If a man doesn't think enough of you to not cheat on you once, do you disagree with me, House, and anybody else that he wouldn't think about not doing it again? I mean, honestly, you believe that? Justin Swinford, you're right. I got caught. They stayed, and I did it again. Because you didn't love them. House, I agree. They'll cheat again. I was just referring to when you said to leave. Yeah, take all that out. I get that. Sometimes you got kids. Sometimes you got careers, finances. There's a lot of reasons why women, but I'm telling you, don't come to the point where you're like, what? But he said he wouldn't do it again. Baby girl, he didn't love you to begin with. He didn't love you. So if you didn't leave, don't say it's because, well, I believe that he would never cheat again. I'm just telling the ladies right now, if a man ever tells you that after he's cheated on you, I promise you he'll do it again. If he has the opportunity and he thinks he won't get caught, he will do it again. Shelby said, once you get disrespected like that, there's no going back in my mind. I'm the same way, Shelby. Nora and I had this conversation several times early in our relationship. I said, listen, if you ever want to cheat on me, just fucking leave me. I love you enough where I want you to be happy. And if it's not with me, then go find what makes you happy. Just don't cheat on me. That's a sign of just respect me enough to say, you know what? I don't like you. I think you're ugly. You got a small dick. You don't know how to use it. I'm out. Whatever the reason. Bye. Cool. At least do that. And I told her, I will do the same for you. If I ever get to the point where I want to have sex with another woman, then I am checked out of this relationship. Physically and sometimes with dudes, emotionally and mentally. So if I ever get to that point, I love you and respect you enough to say, listen, instead of having sex with somebody else, I'm out. I'm going to go do it. I'm going to go have sex with this person, but I'm not going to do it behind your back and be deceptive and cheat on you. I'm leaving you. Because what it comes down to at the end of the day is, do you love that person enough and do you respect that person enough that you give them everything, your heart, your soul, and everything, and you don't need to find any fulfillment from anybody else? Matthew said people can't change. No, people absolutely can change, Matthew. Justin Swinford is a prime example. Justin Swinford cheated on just about every girl he was with. But then he found a girl he loved enough and respected enough to not do that to. And he learned how it felt. So that changed Justin. But what I'm saying is, in a relationship where a man has already not had enough love and respect for a woman to not cheat on her in the first place, you think all of a sudden he finds that? If you do, Matthew, it's kind of naive, homie. It's kind of naive. White Magic said, why are you directing this only at men? Statistics say women are bigger cheaters. Yeah. Well, I'm sorry every woman has cheated on you, White Magic. Because this story is about a dude that cheated, bro. Oh, my God. Amos said, I think you're reaching. Okay. I'm not reaching. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Rev said, for all those people saying so-and-so didn't cheat again, there are exceptions to everything. That's 1 in a million. Yeah, I mean, look, yeah, there's probably, no, here's what I'm going to say. And I'll go as far as to say this, House. I'll go as far as to say this. Because I want these ladies to understand men are dogs if they're dogs. If you got a good man that respects you and loves you and doesn't cheat on you, congratulations. But if you got a dog, you got a fucking dog. That's just a fact. I don't give a fuck what White Magic or anybody else wants to tell you. People change. Dogs don't change. Dogs are dogs. And is there one guy in a million who used to cheat and doesn't now? Maybe. Or maybe they just don't get caught. Maybe they get better at it. But I'm going to tell you, if I'm a female and I had a man telling me the truth about most men are fucking dogs if they're dogs and they're always going to be dogs, I'm going to pay attention. Now, is there one? Sure, but guess what, baby girl? Guess what, boo-boo? You probably ain't got him. That's my message. Because this message ain't for you dudes. Fuck y'all. Give a fuck about these dudes. Oh, well, ladies cheat too. Hey, who gives a fuck, White Magic? I'm talking to ladies. This story is about a dude who cheated on a woman 10 times, said he wouldn't do it again, and then did it again. Exactly. If you have a sex addiction, like the old boy is saying, well, I just need to be fucking all the time, then don't get married. Don't have kids. Don't commit to one woman for the rest of your life. But he's a dog. He's going to always be he had an entanglement. An entanglement with August. An entanglement with August. All right. Exactly. That's my point. You guys are making my point for me. Maybe it's just the alcohol that's not allowing me to speak clearly. My whole point is, if you're a sex addict, if you're a dog, if you need to be fucking everything that moves, you shouldn't tell a woman that you're committed to her, fuck around behind her back, and then when you say you'll never do it again, you know you're going to do it again. That's not love. That's a dog. CC said, I got to P. Jones. I need my lawn done. I don't know what that means. You need a man to get your lawn fixed. See, if you would pay attention to listen to Lawn Talk, CC, you won't need some dog ass man cheating on you. Captain said, by the way, is that a Star Trek logo? What the fuck is that, Captain? Captain said, a lot of women will respect you and accept a man that sleeps with multiple women if they're upfront about it from the start. And those women are called idiots. Okay, it's 3:58. Now, this show is over. If you're not a member of the Patreon, if you want to check out the next hour of the show and you're not a member of the Patreon, go to patreon.com/Barry on Deck. We're going to pick this up where we left off with hour number 3. It's right there. You can email Jen at Barry on Deck if you need the link, but patreon.com/Barry on Deck. Here, let me add this. God damn it. Jen at BarryOnDeck.com. Email Jen if you join the Patreon. Hour number 3 is exclusively for Patreon members. We're going to be doing that. I'm going to post the link shortly. I got to go piss. I'm going to create the link for the third hour of this show, and we're going to pick up where we left off. We still have a lot of stuff to talk about, including, I'm going to get you a job smoking weed. Pay attention, Justin Swinford. That's just for you. We do have a lot of stuff to talk about on the other side. For those of you that are not going to join us in hour number 3 because you're not on the Patreon, you're a raggedy bitch that decides not to support. I understand. I still love you for being here, but I'll see you Monday. And so until I see you on Monday, be safe, be kind, and most importantly, love each other. And if you want to join me for hour 3, patreon.com/Barry on Deck. Sign up, support the show. I appreciate you. Email Jen, she'll get you the link, and I'll see you at hour number 3. Thank you guys. Love you. See you on Monday. Daddy's making a YouTube video!